Sup, fish people? I'm on my way to pick up a 75-gallon tank with a stand. I have been looking for a 75 for quite a while. I would search Facebook Marketplace and also this buy and sell fish group on Facebook, local to the area. And a lot of 75s were, excuse me, the prices were pretty out there. And I understand tank prices have gotten a lot different than what they were. But a lot of people were asking, $200, $300 for some tanks. I've even seen some 55 gallons where they're asking a couple $100. I was like, nah, I'll wait. I'll be patient. So I found a nice tank and stand, nice black tank for $100, which is pretty good. Right now, one of the pet stores, I can't remember if it's Pets Plus or if it's Petco. I think it's Petco. They have a sale for about $100, and you're just getting the tank. This gentleman has the tank, the stand. I'm not sure if he has lids. I'll find that out when I arrive, but he does have the tank and the stands. But it's a cold day. We're talking, it was -4 this morning. Right now, it had gotten up to, I think, about 18 degrees. Right now, it's 14 and dropping. So it's a cold day. I've snowblowed my driveway. I'm actually in the middle of snowblowing my mom's driveway, but I had to stop and go get some gas for the snowblower over there. Gas can hadn't been filled in a while. So after I'm done with snowblowing that, I'll be going to get the tank. The tank looks good online. The person selling it, because they are moving, so they're kind of crunched for time, so they're kind of they're just trying to get rid of it, which is good for me because I'm going to make out. My wife is probably not going to be happy that I'm bringing another tank in the house, but I think she'll be happy that I got it at the price that I got it. I'm a bargain hunter, so it's cool letting you guys come along on this fish journey with me. I've been keeping fish for a long time, so I'm not new to fish. I haven't kept every type of fish, but I've been keeping fish since I was a kid. I worked in fish stores, so I'm familiar with fish. So this is fun having you guys tag along, and we'll pick it back up once I pick up the tank. Okay, so as you can see, I went and picked up the tank. It's in decent shape. It's gonna look good after I get it cleaned up. The stand looks fantastic. So even if after I clean the tank up it doesn't look the way I want it, that's fine, because the stand is in really good shape, and I would be paying a lot more than what I paid just for the stand. So at worst, if the tank doesn't come clean like I want it to, I can still use it in the basement, and I can still put fish in it, another quarantine tank, another tank to hold fish. So we're on our way home. We'll get it set up. It should be interesting. Stay tuned. So I got the tank home, and I'm taking a look, and I'm looking at the stand, and the stand physically is in great shape. Cosmetically, it could use a little work. I've already kind of started disassembling this room. So forgive the background, looks a little crazy because I'm just moving stuff around. But I think I'm going to paint the stand. I'm going to go ahead and paint the stand, and I think I'll paint it back the same color. So now I know what I'm going to do with the stand. Taking a look at the tank, I haven't cleaned it yet. We got some sand in here that I need to vacuum out. I'm gonna use the shop vac. I'm not gonna try to do. I'm just gonna use that. Hopefully that'll go by quick. Then we can go ahead and start really cleaning it out and seeing what the glass looks like. And my hope is that the glass looks good. If not, then we'll be using this in the basement as another tank for extra fish. Sometimes I need to move fish around. So let me go ahead and vacuum this thing out, see how well it does, get most of it out that way. Now I know some of you are probably like thinking that I'm putting too much pressure on the seals, but trust me, I'm not pushing down at all, really. in order not to damage the seals so we don't end up with a leak. So don't worry, I'm not going to mess the seals up. Now, of course, before I clean it out anymore, I got all the sand out. I'm going to go ahead and fill it up, make sure we don't have any leaks, leave it for a little bit, come back down, make sure we don't have any water before I spend all that before I put all that elbow grease into, scrubbing it and getting all the gook around the edges off. And yeah, I'll just fill it with some water first, make sure everything looks good. So while this tank holds water, what you didn't see is later on after I cleaned it, there were scratches. So I went and bought a new tank. So I have this, what I would call very depressing tank here in my lower area. And right now, I don't have anything really in it. I have 2 Severums in there, a Geophagus brasilis and a Emperor Tetra, and they're just in there. This tank is kind of depressing. My wife hates this stand. This stand has never been one of her favorites. It's not a stand I don't want to get rid of. It's near and dear to me because me and my dad went and got matching stands probably about 27 years ago, 27, 28 years ago. We both went and got these 55 stands, and so I want to keep it for sentimental reasons, obviously. So I'm going to change this. I'm going to be swapping this tank out, putting something other than the 55 here. I think I'm going to put a 75-gallon tank here, and we're going to put a different stand here. And we're going to change this corner up a little bit because it's depressing. It's depressing. I will say the water stays pretty clear in this tank. This is not the original tank that was on the stand. It's downstairs, that old school wood frame tank. I changed it out probably about 5 or 6 years ago for this 55-gallon, one of those dollar per gallon sales. But we're gonna be switching this out and just making this corner look a whole lot better. It's terrible. Let me just say, it's a lot more work than I thought. So I got the 55 down. It's a gang of wires back there. I got the 20-gallon down to maybe 10 gallons. Lifted that off. Gonna be putting this down in the basement. Going right down there. But there's stuff everywhere. It's a lot more work than I thought it was. So for the longest, I was looking for my clownfish. One of them anyway, because there was no skeleton in the tank. And after moving everything, I found this little guy. But here's the spot. Well, the tank will be gone. Let's get it vacuumed and cleaned out. I gotta hurry up and put this room back together before my wife comes home and goes, "What is going on?" Alright. So, stand looks good. Tank looks good. Definitely a different look than what was there before. Everything's nice and level. Now, let's just put some sand in, fill it up. Booyah. So as you can see, I finally did finish it. Got the fish in. Everything looks good. The cabinet looks good. Tank looks good. I ended up going with gravel instead of sand. I mean, I have sand. I've used sand in the past, but I'm just not a huge sand fan. I know sand is supposedly, supposed to be easier to take care of as far as keeping the top clean, but it also gets dirtier faster, in my opinion.
I don't want to have to go on my tank every couple of days. I like the fact that my tanks look clean almost all the time, um, because the gravel does a good job of hiding. I gravel back regularly, but with sand, it's like the day after it. Matter of fact, within the same day, a few hours later, your sand looks dirty. So these guys are in here. And they seem to be doing pretty good. This guy has been trying to grow back his tail. His side fins have gotten a lot better. They were really ripped up, so they look pretty good. Same with the other one that's in here. I'm not sure how long I'll be able to keep them in here because they don't seem to like the two live mouth brooders that are in there. But I'll keep them in here for a little while. If not, I'll move them downstairs to the other 75, which I haven't set up yet, but I'm going to be setting that up soon. I'm not sure if I'm going to get any more tanks. I think 8 tanks is plenty. I don't want to be one of those guys with 30 or 40 tanks. I think I have a nice amount. What I might do is replace tanks with bigger tanks. So like my living room tank, which is a 125, my goal is to upgrade that. As well as I would love to, in this room, put a 200-gallon tank or 300-gallon tank because it's a slab. But I have to figure out how to maybe put it lower, put the TV above it. I'm not sure. But these guys are looking pretty good. I'm getting close to having all the Severums that I like. I just got the Red Tiger Severums that I want to get. I think once I get those, I'll be done with the Severum keeping. I'd love to have just an all-species tank. So until next time, take care.